doing, guys? My name's Brian O'Gorman. Over the last year, I've been the host of the most badass comedy show in all of Toronto, Weedy Wednesdays, here at Vapor Central, Yonge Street, downtown TO. This is Chris Goodwin, manager and proprietor and hot activist extraordinaire. This is his girlfriend, Eric. And this is his girlfriend, Kristen.
It's my level next, my complex patterns of speech is like sex. I'm master the art.
I like coming here. It's a really chill place to hang out. Great show, good comedy, and good people.
Yo, I'm overpainting dudes.
That's the Vapor Lounge. It's just a great place to do comedy. Wide open space, lots of people show up, which is a hard thing to get in Toronto. And I really enjoy doing comedy for people who point and laugh at me. Hey!
My name is David Mirage. I do stand-up comedy. I like the Vapor Lounge because it's a wild, wicked, fun room. And my relationship with Brian Gomez, we skinny dipped in 2000. We dated for 2 dates, and then he dumped me for a train. Still owe me money.
Oh, Vapor Central, how's everybody doing? Make some noise, Vapor, let me hear you. All right, guys, this is your 10 to 15 minute warning. If you don't know what's going on tonight, we have Weedy Wednesdays comedy show. What that is that it's a comedy show at Vapor Lounge. It's the biggest kind in the world, really, where you can smoke weed and watch comedy. And we have comedians coming in tonight that have been on Just for Laughs, Yuk Yuk's Video on Trial. You've seen them all over television. We got them coming in tonight to do a special show for you guys. Are you guys ready for tonight's show? That's right, baby. All right. We're going to start in about 10-15 minutes. So smoke your joints, roll them, go take a shit, take a piss, go outside, do your thing. See you in about 10-15, guys. Peace.
Your kids are starting to learn a new language.
Zoomers.
Fine China.
Java.
Weed. Doorknob.
Mexican enema.
I leaky boom boom down. Ramalama ding dong.
African red bush.
White beaten lubricant. Sir Reginald Wilmington Killingham Winstershire III Esquire Jr.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Learn the language before your kids do. For more information on drug prevention, please visit the Canadian government's website at www.gc.ca. Or maybe just try talking to your kids like a parent is supposed to. Bitch ass.
Vapor Central, are you ready for tonight's show? Oh, Vapor, I can't hear you. Are you ready for tonight's show? All right, everybody, then give it up for your host, Mr. Mike Rita. Toronto, let me hear you. Make some noise, Toronto. Let me hear you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Welcome to Vapor Central, everybody. Welcome to Weedy Wednesdays, the comedy show that started it all here, guys. I'm your host, Mr. Mike Rita. If you've make some noise if you've seen me perform here before. Let me hear you. Then you know what I'm all about. I love to smoke weed, just like all you guys. Imagine someone who didn't like smoking weed came here. Imagine that. You ever go to Vapor Central? It's sick. I don't smoke, but it's sick. I sit in there for like 10 minutes, get all fucked up. It's true. People come in here and they don't know, because you see comedians come in, they don't smoke weed. They just come to perform here. And they don't know what the fuck they're walking into, man. They come on stage and like, yo, Toronto, what's up, man? You guys, what? And then 20 minutes later, they're like, you guys like peanuts and shit? You know, because you know they're crunchy, you know. It's nice. And this is the funniest thing. You ever seen people walk by this place? This is the funniest shit. You ever see old women walk by and they don't know what the fuck is going on? The door's open, they just smell weed. They're coming out of the Panasonic Theater, walking by going, I know, it was a great show at the Pana. What the fuck is this place? Oh my God, it smells like Steven's basement. I don't... And the husband's always like, no, honey, let's keep moving. Let's get out of here. And the wife's like, no, I'm going to ask this kid what's wrong. And there's just some potted kid going, fuck, yeah. What's this lady tripping on? And they all, one time I seen it, it was the funniest thing. Some old lady was just asking a kid outside, she was going, hey, kid, how is this place legal, okay? How's everybody smoking dope up there and nobody gives a fuck? And the kid just looked at her and he went, because we live in Toronto. He couldn't have said a more truth answer, but the lady was like, wow, what does that mean? He goes, what do you mean, what does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? He goes, it has to do with everything. Toronto cops don't give a fuck, and they don't. You ever see them drive by this place? They drive by, they look at it, they go, yeah, look at it, I know. I wish we didn't have to work. $10, get all fucked up. My kid tells me all about it. You know there's a cop's kid in here going home all high like, Dad, bro, vapor lounge. You know, and his dad's like, what? What's wrong with you? He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm smoking, you're the one who's fucking an asshole. You know? If a cop in Toronto busts you for smoking weed, it's because his wife and his kids are potheads, and she gets all high before they fuck, and she's like, oh, I got pasties, I can't suck your dick, I'm sorry. Oh, look, I'm sorry, I can't. Time to go to sleep. Fucking asshole. Cops in Toronto are funny. And all of us are funny potheads. I mean, make some noise if you've been smoking weed for more than 5 years. Let me hear you if you've been smoking for more than... See, that's everybody. When you've been smoking for that long, you start to do things that every pothead does. You guys, especially with cops. Cops are the funniest. You ever been smoking a joint in a park? And right when you finish your joint, cops roll by on their bikes? Right? No kidding. You don't, right when you see them roll by on their bikes, don't you look at them, you go, fucking faggots. Right after they pass by, you're like, no kidding, with their shorts and their bike. Ring, ring. Hey, you guys smoking dope down there? Oh, fuck, he's talking to us. And it's funny when you see cops in a car, isn't it? Because everything changes when you see cops in a car. When you're smoking weed in a car, it's funny. Because nobody gives a fuck. You're smoking a joint, windows down, music's up. Hey, what? You're yelling at people, fuck you, all right. When you see cops, everything changes. And it's funny, because some people have weird things in their car when they smoke weed. You ever been in this car? Yo, can I spark this? Yeah, man, but keep it below the window. Why? Because if they can't see it, they can't book us, bro. No, but then it looks like we're just fucking passing some shit in the middle. It looks like we're making crack in the middle, man. Hey, you see those kids? Yeah, what are they doing? I don't know, they're making crack. Get them, fucking, you know. What about this? You know, you ever have this? When the driver's driving and the guy who's got to pass him sitting behind them, so he's doing this shit. Yo, where's the joint? He's almost getting into accidents and shit. What the? But the best is when you see cops, because everything changes. The guy in the front seat's the guy who sees it too. You know, you're driving, you're smoking a joint, and you're like, hey, pass it. Hey, cops. Hey, everybody act cool. Everybody act cool. Hey, man, we were acting cool. Now look, we look like we have heroin in our ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're just, relax, man. These cops don't know shit. Sure they don't. 4 people in a car looking straight. Not saying a word. You ever been in this car? Hey, cops, everybody light a cigarette. I don't smoke. Shut the fuck up! All right, I'm sorry. I'm fucking dying back here. Shut up, you heat score. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's funny when you're like, yo, cops, don't look. I don't know where not to look. Cops, don't look. Where? You know. Sometimes you get high and cops just cruise behind you for 10 minutes. They don't book you. You ever do that shit? Right when you finish smoking a joint, your paranoia is at the highest. You're like, what is that, cops? Throw that thing up. Are they just cruising behind us, bro? Nobody says nothing for 10 minutes. Everyone's just watching the cops, waiting to get pulled over. And then finally they turn on the lights, and you're like, here it is. And then they just drive right by you. And you're in the car like, oh, fuck, I already shit my pants, bro. It's too late now. And cops are funny, man. Because sometimes when I was growing up, when I was like 16, 17 years old, anytime we see cops, we'd always be wearing New Eras. And my buddy would always go, hey, cops, take off your hats. What? That doesn't make any sense, trust. Because imagine the cops seeing that. You drive around the corner, the cops are in the car, hey, did you see that shit? What? As soon as we turned the corner and those kids seen us, they all took off their hats. What do you mean? All 4 of them took off their hats. Look, they're not even saying anything and all lighting up cigarettes. That kid in the back doesn't even smoke. You want to get them? Nah, they're already scared. Let's just drive behind them. You know they're in there just going, look at them. Look, they haven't said anything for 5 minutes. Get really close to them, like we're gonna pull them over. Yeah, get them. All right, you wanna go eat something? Yeah, turn on the lights, scare the fuck shit. Whoop, wait, sometimes you're just smoking a joint and you hear whoop, whoop, you're like, all right, nothing. Don't you guys have a police sense? It's like a sixth sense, man. You're just standing there and you're like, yo, put that joint down for a second. Why? There they are. You just watch cops drive by, you're like, I know this shit, bro. And when you grow up in funny areas like that, when you grow up in areas that are full of drug addicts and druggies and crack houses. I grew up on Lansdowne and Bloor. Lansdowne and Bloor is full of, as soon as I said Lansdowne and Bloor, the guy's like, whoa. Lansdowne and Bloor is all fucked up. Has anybody here ever been to Lansdowne and Bloor? A couple people? You probably left as soon as you got there. Excuse me, do you know where I am? Hello, Lansdowne. I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. This place is fucked. You know what the big giveaway you live in a shitty area is? Coffee times. Every coffee time has a guy outside going, hey, Tim Horton, fuck this place. That place is fucked. And growing up in those areas, when you grow up around crackheads and shit, you see funny things. Like when I was a little kid, I have little immigrant parents. Like my mom is a little immigrant Portuguese lady. She's this tall with a little afro, glasses. You've seen my mom on college. She's like, hello, everybody. So she doesn't know what drugs are. When she came to Canada, she moved to Lansdowne, and she's seen crackheads. She was waiting on the way, why that guy walking like that? Lady, that's fucking drugs. I fucking hate the drugs. So when I was growing up, she didn't know how to explain crackheads to me. I remember I seen one of the funniest things ever. I seen a crackhead move across the street without moving his legs. Okay? He was just, you know how they vibrate like that? He was just doing that shit across the street. Like a fucking cell phone on a table. And I remember looking at my mom. I go, Ma, how the fuck's he doing that? My mom didn't know. She goes, he not like Jesus. What? Doesn't make any sense at all. And she always used to do that. She always used to do that stuff with me, man. Especially as I got older, I used to come home high. And when you come home high, it's funny. Because you remember when you first started smoking weed? You would never come home high. Do you remember that? You'd smoke a joint and you'd be like, yo, what are we going to do after this? I'll tell you what we're not going to do. I'm not going home. I'll walk around in a mall for 3 hours. I don't give a fuck. Walk in a Foot Locker 6 times. Look at the same shoe, go, if I wasn't high, I'd buy it. You know what's funny too? You know when you become a big pothead, when you walk into a store and you start doing weed mathematics, you look at something, you're like, $70, fuck that, I could buy a quarter with this shit. You know what I'm talking about? You do that, you pick up a shirt, you're like, $50, fuck that, I'll call Jay and buy a quarter right now. Well, Jay, I almost bought a shirt, give me some weed, man. But there's signs that you become a big pothead. One of the biggest signs you become a big pothead is when you start carrying zigzags in your wallet. Not a pack, just 3 or 4 zigzags. You know what I'm saying? In between 2 credit cards. You're just waiting for the day somebody goes, yo, man, fuck, I got weed but no papers. You're like, no? Yeah. Who is the savior? You ever walk into a party, the weed hero? You walk in, they're like, yo, everybody okay? Yeah, man, we got no weed. No? You got any weed? Nah. Yeah, take that shit. You guys got no papes? Yeah, I got 2. We could roll 2 1 papers or 1 really long one. You ever meet people who've been smoking weed for like 5, 6 years, still can't roll a joint? What the fuck's wrong with those people? Jay, you roll that, bro. 20 minutes later. You guys want to make me a filter? I've made you 3. I lost all of them. You ever done that shit? You're rolling a joint outside, drop the filter, you're like, fuck, no filter now. I love it all, man. Shabs, you're gonna go on first. Because I remembered right now, I didn't tell any comedians in the back who was going on first. This is in my head right now, I'm like, who am I gonna bring up? And I'm like, I might as well tell them up here. anybody shop at Winners? Winners is good, but you ever notice all the people that work at Winners are losers? You know what I'm talking about? It's the funniest shit. Everything is cheap and everybody walking around looks like they're fucking miserable. And you're gonna, you know why though? Because nobody puts anything back in Winners. You look at a shirt, you're like, what is that? Oh, it's not my size, throw it in the pants. What are these pants that aren't my size? Throw it in the shirts. What is that, a chocolate? Throw it at the lady. You don't give a fuck. What is that, a CD? I don't give a fuck. I'll throw the CD in the fucking jewelry. Some lady's like, oh, these are nice earrings. Michael Bublé, wow. All right, we're gonna get this motherfucking show going. You guys ready to get the show going, Toronto? Come on, VC. All right, man, your first comic of the night is a beast, everybody. Keep it going for Mr. Jonathan. Chavo, oh, no, too late. Man, come here, Johnny. Why, you gotta go first? Go down. Better. Cut it. We're bringing up another comedian first. Because I seen him, I'm like, what are you pointing at me? He's like, yo, we gotta get Cliff to go on first. Because Cliff's probably got a boogie. So, let's do another intro. Ladies and gentlemen of Vapor Central, welcome. Your first comic of the evening, guys, is one of the best. He's like a half Portuguese man just like me, and I love him. He comes all the way from Hamilton. Give it up for Mr. Clifford Myers, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, give it up for Mike Rita. Oh, Mike Rita. Your opening act, John Shabel, give it up for him. That was awesome. Guys, this is great. Good to be here. As Mike said, I came from Hamilton tonight. Home of the pregnant hooker. Yeah, man, I'm from Hamilton. But I'm not originally from there, right? Like, I don't know why I moved to Hamilton. I guess I saw the word ham and kind of lost my mind. I don't know. But it's good to be here. I'm celebrating next week. I'm fucking going to be married for a year. Is that exciting at all? Like, this one girl's looking at me like, aw, the homeless man thinks he's loved. He's playing pretend. I'll kill you. I'm married, madam. That's right, I make love, sweet, holy love with whatever that thing is, a weird belly button. But listen, guys, when I got married, for my honeymoon, I went to Mexico. Who here's been to Mexico? Yeah, you guys are from Mexico. But only because of their skin color. Settle down. But we're fine. So that's my response. We're okay. I went to Mexico. Now the thing is as Mike was saying, I come from a Portuguese family, and my family's really intense, especially about the warnings of going to Mexico. Guys, hit me. What's the warning when your friends are going to Mexico? Just yell it out. What's the warning? Don't get killed. Don't get killed. That guy's more fucking racist than me. Don't get killed. What shit is that, yo? Don't drink the water. What's wrong with you, man? No, like the warnings when you're going to Mexico is just don't drink the water. Not don't get killed. That's life. That's what, like, if you're going into life right before you're born, it's like, yo, try your best not to get killed. Good luck with it. Good luck. But there's a secondary warning with don't drink the water. Anyone know the secondary warning? Ice, I heard it. 'Cause it's made of water. All right, class, keep up. So, the thing is my family was intense with the warnings, and they kept warning me at the wedding. They're like, when you go to Mexico, I don't know why my family's Jamaican, that's a terrible Portuguese accent. But they're like, when you go to Mexico, don't drink the water and don't consume the ice cubes. But they're telling me like a witch, warning me not to go to the mountain, like, when you go to Mexico, don't drink the water and don't consume the ice cubes. I don't know why my family's doing this. And I'm so sorry that you had to stare at my ass crack for that joke. I am so sorry. That is so terrible. But my family's intense, man. Like me and my wife, we're on the airplane and my family's running down the tarmac. They're like, don't drink the water and don't consume the ice cubes. So I get to Mexico, and the first thing they give us is a complimentary glass of ice water. And I didn't know what to do, right? I didn't know what to do if the ice was in the water. I thought it was like 2 negatives make a positive. I've never been good at geography. But anyways, long story short, I shit my pants. But I'll tell you a bit about myself. He said I'm half Portuguese. I'll tell you about my family. My mother is like fresh off the boat Portuguese. My father is high functioning Asperger's. So when people ask me my heritage, they're like, Clifford, what are you? I'm like, I'm half Portuguese, half retarded. I'm sorry if you guys got offended at the word Portuguese. But I'm so sorry about that. I was a virgin until I was 29. Is that kind of crazy? I'm 26. But I'll tell you a story though. Like, I had braces as a kid. Who here had braces? Anyone? You know, did you get made fun of? No, because you're good looking. Get the fuck out of here. You try being a fat kid with braces. You know, man, that's. I'm not gonna say it's harder than a Jew in World War II, but I'm gonna say it's close. Gonna say it's close. Yo, I got fucking made fun of for having braces, guys. The kids called me names. Or I remember the first day I went to school with braces. The kids called me names. Like fat ass and lardo. They didn't even notice my braces. Don't feel bad for me. I get fucked like once a month. Like, get out of here. I'm fine. I'm emotionally and spiritually okay. All right? We're gonna be fine, you and I. We're gonna be fine. My goodness. I'll throw this. My mom looks like the penguin from Batman. It's true, man. My mom looks like the penguin from Batman. It doesn't help that she has that Portuguese accent. Because I'm always like, yo, Mom, what's for dinner? And she's like, mwah! Mama, I don't know, Mama. But I'll get into this. My wife and I, okay, we have sex. Don't picture it. But like, the other day, my wife and I, right? We're getting hot and heavy, you know, mainly heavy. And my wife tried something she's really bad at. My wife tried talking dirty to me. I'm not sure if you're good at this, but like, my wife turns to me in the bedroom. She's just like, "Oh, Clifford, your body is a wonderland." And I was like, "Baby, why is my body a wonderland?" And she just looks at me right in the eye, and she's just like, "'Cause I can't find my way out." That's a good joke, eh? I see you looking at the wall. That's great. This is where I am. It's so weird that I'm even like 50% hard right now. That's the craziest shit. I'll leave on. Listen, I'm gonna leave on something. I'm gonna tell you about like fucking. Oh, I don't even smoke weed, but I don't like what's happening to my body. I found God right now, right there. There he was there. And we're back. So I'm really into Mythbusters. Do you guys like the show Mythbusters at all? Like, okay, listen, I fucking love this show. And me and my friends, we got like really drunk one night, and I tried busting a few myths of my own. And no, cats don't have 9 lives. This is myth. I'm not even gonna finish that joke because it ends up killing kids. It's terrible. But this has been pleasurable. And I want to thank you for your time. If you're into Twitter, check me out at @Cliffolis. It's my name plus syphilis, which is kind of also my autobiography. So you guys have a good fucking night. You're going to have fun with Mike, Rita, and John Schabel. Our opener is going to come back up. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go now.
Give it up for Clifford Myers, everybody. Anytime, man, anytime. Cliffy Fresh coming in the fucking... Cliff was making me laugh with some... I love it because all of us are really the same. When you go watch comedy, you get to see that everybody's the same, because comedians talk about very observational things that we all do. And I think especially as potheads, we all do the same exact shit, especially when we're watching TV. Because we all watch TV. We all get high and we sit there and we watch ridiculous shows. You guys ever get high and watch How It's Made? Of course you do, because it's the best fucking show. Because you get high and you watch How It's Made and you go, oh, that's how it's made. You ever bump into somebody and see something that was on How It's Made and they're using it? You're like, hey, you know how they make that shit? No? Sit the fuck down, let me teach you, bro. I know. And it's funny when you watch TV, man, because we all do the same shit. You ever choose being lazy over pain? You ever lie down on your couch and you lie down on your remote and you're like, fuck it, too late now? Fuck this remote. I was gonna watch TV and I'm just gonna lie here and not move. You ever lie down and you go to turn on the TV and there's something in front of the sensor that catches the remote? You don't get up and change, you go do this shit. What is that, a mirror? Yes. Woo! What about when you're watching TV? I forget shit all the time. You ever watching TV and a commercial comes on? You ever forget what the fuck you're watching first commercial in? You know what I'm talking about? You sit there, you go, hey, what the fuck was I watching? You don't even say nothing, you go, wow, I gotta stop smoking so much weed. What about this? You ever lose what you're watching? You flip away during a commercial and you're like, oh, what fucking channel was I on? I liked what I was watching. And you can look for it. You can look for it. You can look through every fucking channel, but it's gone. You know that it's fucking gone because you've done this before. And then the next day you're taking a shit and you're like, Mythbusters! Ah! Honey, it was Mythbusters. What was? Never mind. Keep taking a shit. Taking a shit's funny too. You ever taken a shit and halfway through your shit you realize that there's no toilet paper? And your first thought is, fuck, I don't even like these socks. That's a funny thing when you're a kid and you notice there's no toilet paper. What do? Ma, what? Come here. You're not gonna yell it through the house. I got no paper to wipe my ass. You'll hear your brother laugh at you. Oh, fake. All right, fine. I don't want anything to do with this shit. I love it, man. TV's full of funny things too. I get high and I watch TV with my niece. And she really likes Dora the Explorer. You guys ever seen Dora the Explorer? You know what I'm talking about. You ever seen what this fucking little bitch does on TV? It's the funniest shit. Because she talks and she asks questions and then waits for the answer. It's insane. She'll look at the camera and she'll go, hey, hello, do you want to go find the treasure? Okay, let's go. And I swear to God, my niece was, yeah! I was like, shut the fuck up, she can't hear you. But you can't say that to the kid because she'll be like, eh. You know, so you just laugh. But that's a stupid kids' TV show, man. Kids are watching retarded things. I was on the bus the other day and I heard two kids talking and it was funny because they made me feel old, but I'm not old, man. And they made me feel old. They were talking about Stewie's head and how it's the coolest head in cartoons. And I just went, no, Hey Arnold has the coolest head. And the kid went, who? And I went, fuck you. And the best part wasn't this kid's reaction, but when I looked up, the guy across from me looked at me and he went. And I was like, oh yeah. Hey Arnold was funny, man. Because it was one of those cartoons that when you're a kid, you're like, what the fuck? He lives in a cracky neighborhood. His best friend has a high top fade. His grandfather's some... And his grandmother's a crazy crackhead lady who just bops in every episode and goes, I'm gonna go kill some fish. And then she just bops. And then there's Helga, who's just waiting to rape Arnold, man. Okay. You know, because it's funny, you're a kid and you're watching, you're like, oh, Arnold, watch out, bro, Helga's fucking around. And then as soon as, like, Arnold's like, oh, hey, Helga, and she's like, oh, what up, football head? And as soon as he bops out, she's like, lowers herself into a washroom and it's like, ah, like, you're like, what the fuck is she doing? It's a cartoon. She's like, I'll get you, Arnold. And she has, like, a little toy with this cock out. She's like, ah. You're like, that bitch is crazy. With her fucking unibrow. Helga Pataki, what a name. I love doing these jokes here because when you do stand-up comedy, usually like I'll perform to an older crowd. And I mean, a couple people would be laughing and you'd be like, oh, this fucker knows. But in here, everybody's like 22, 23, and everyone's like, oh, fuck. Hey, Arnold's little gay blue hat, bro. Everyone loves it, man. I remember growing up and watching kids' cartoons, and they're not the same, man. When I was a kid, I had a beautiful, we grew up on one of the most beautiful men ever to be on television. We grew up in the age of Mr. Dress-Up. You guys remember Mr. Dress-Up? That's a primo kids cartoon, because Mr. Dress-Up would make anything easy. You'd sit there at 7 in the morning before you go to school, watch this guy, and he'd make puppets out of fucking toilet paper rolls. And you'd be like, this guy's a fucking genius. He's using toilet paper rolls? I never thought of that shit. And he'd always make everything seem easy. Remember when he'd sit down in front of that big piece of paper with a little accordion on top, and he'd draw something, and he'd make it hard. He'd be like, oh, we're gonna draw a boat today. And you'd be like, sure you are. And he'd be like, watch, triangle, line, U, connected, boat. You'd be like, fucking dress up. Fucking around. Making boats and shit. That's a fucking cartoon. But Dress Up was only the opening for a more beautiful one, which was Art Attack. Do you remember Art Attack? Art Attack was the best, man. Of course you remember Art Attack, because Art Attack was the best, because it started with that music. Art Attack, Art Attack. You'd be like at home like, you know what I'm saying? And it was the best. It was the best, because TVO would play it, and right after school, you'd be all wired and shit. Let's watch this shit. And it'd zoom in on his head. Remember, he'd be at the desk, and he'd be fixing shit, and the camera would be coming in, and he'd be like, oh, I didn't see you coming in. Hello, and welcome to Art Attack. And he'd always make things that were way too hard for me to make. But I always wanted to, you know? And I couldn't, because my mom's a little immigrant lady. I one time tried to make PVA glue, and I came home with glue, and I mixed it with water in a cup, and she goes, what are you fucking doing? I'm making PVA glue. You're making stupid. Why are you gonna make glue and water? I'm gonna put it on newspaper. What the fuck? She didn't understand. He made everything, but the best thing about Art Attack was when he would make those giant art attacks. Do you remember? Because he'd just be in a black room or something, or in a field. He's either a big black room or a field. And he'd walk up to the camera and he'd be like, oh, a big art attack. Let's see what happens. And he just, and that music would come on. And you'd be at home like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And he'd start with, remember there was the one classic that we all gotta remember. He's in a big black room, and he's got nothing but like salt, and he's just doing this fucking crazy salt one, and you're like, what the fuck is he making? And then in the end, it's like two tigers fighting, you're like, holy fuck! This guy's a fucking genius. How did he do that? He did it in 3 minutes. How the fuck did he do that? And then at the end of the day, he's like, look how beautiful these giant tigers are. Sweep it up, boys, sweep it up! Nobody ever sees this shit. It's the best. Guy's a fucking genius. Goes to the BBC. Can I get a TV show? Sure. We'll play it on TVO in Canada. What the fuck is TVO? It's a free channel. Number 2. Hey Arnold, Art Attack, and we're gonna finish it off with a quick last one. After Art Attack would be the best show. Pingu. Pingu never said one motherfucking word, but you knew what the fuck was going on. Remember that? He'd be like, and you'd be at home like, yeah, bitch, give him the fucking fish. Remember that? When he freaked out? Fucking Pingu. All right, we're gonna keep the show rolling, everybody. You guys ready to keep it going? That's right, baby. All right, man. Your next comic is a guy who's just been absolutely tearing up Toronto. I'm really happy to have him here. Give it up for Mr. Ben Boscheman, everybody. Make some noise.
Hey everybody. Yeah, Mike was talking earlier about the comics who come here and they don't smoke weed. I'm one of those guys, and I don't smoke it because it makes me like really paranoid. So this is just terrifying right now. This is like worst. But well, let me tell you about myself. I am an actor. I do acting and stuff. And last summer, I got offered a part in the Don Cherry Story Part 2. So hold your applause. And the thing is, the part I got offered was of a character who's both mentally and physically handicapped. Which is cool. Like, I would have played that role. Like, I'm sure it would have been, like, challenging and stuff. But, like, I didn't audition for that role. So I'm hoping that they saw something else I did and were like, oh my God, look at his range. or because else they just saw my headshot and were like, done. What? He doesn't even need to audition. Look at that smile. And they were like, Ben, you shouldn't use a picture of you sneezing for your headshot. I knew one day that discount would come in handy. That was the performance. That's from my play called My Headshot. It's really bad. It's very boring. And 2 weeks ago, I had an audition for a 28-year-old sexually frustrated serial killer named Montrose. So, I talked to my agent. I'm like, really? Like, I don't... Like, is that my look now? Like, do I need a haircut or something? Like, and she's like, no, I know you don't look 28. I'm like, or like a sexually frustrated serial killer? Honestly, that's what I was more concerned about of the two. And the audition, it was one page, one scene. And what I had to do was I had to come in and I had to shoot 3 police officers and then look at another police officer and say, read your article. Whoa. You guys feel that? That was pretty good, eh? And then, so like, I think I'm gonna get a call back, so I'm like trying to work on like different ways to do it. It's just a few ways I came up with to do it. Bang, bang, bang. I read your article. And then here's another one. I read your article. That one I'm a ghost. Thought it would be a unique take on that thing. Thank you. Oh, this is going great. So glad I'm recording this. Man. It's funny because I'm like, oh, don't take a picture of me. So scary. I needed to send in a video for something tonight, and I'm like, oh, I'll record it here. It'll go great. It's fucking fantastic. You know, you gotta be humbled sometimes, right? That's the way I see it. I'm so fucking poor, guys. Which is insane that I don't make tons of money off this. As you can see, I'm fucking awesome. But like, I had a friend, what he did like nude modeling for an art class. I'm like, I could do that. Like, I've done more embarrassing things on stage than just be naked, like what happened like 30 seconds ago. And I was like, but I just get really bored standing there. So here's what I do to not get bored, is I take a pose, and I'd find a girl in the front row and just stare at her the entire time, and just not break eye contact. Slowly get an erection. And I think if I did that, I would make her feel really, really pretty. And, give back. Oh man, this is fun. All right. You fuckers, listen to this one. Okay, one thing I don't like is what's happening right now, but other than that, another thing that bugs me is when people like call someone a Nazi when what they mean is that person's just like strict about something. You know, like a grammar Nazi or whatever. And I don't like it because like of all the things that Nazis did, like, being strict is a really small part of their body of work. And that's insulting to people who went through that, you know? Like, if you met someone who's been through Auschwitz, and all you had to say to that was like, oh, yeah, I heard they were, like, really uptight over there. Really punctual. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna keep going with it, but... for me now. And then this is, if you would have went back, if like 80 years ago someone would have talked to Hitler and been like, hey Hitler, in 80 years from now, what do you think the Nazi party is going to be most remembered for? I've been like, probably being really tense, just being generally very uptight dudes. I'm being historically accurate. Hitler had an awful German accent. You know what? Fuck you guys. Now let's bring back Mike Rita. Thank you.
Smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. Makes me feel alright. Makes me feel more than alright. 2 joints in the afternoon is the afternoon for sure. No kidding, you smoke 2 joints? I take 2 naps. After I take 2 naps, smoke 2 joints, and I take 2 naps some more. I love to sleep and get high. Oh wait, no, get high and then go to sleep. That doesn't make any sense. I sleep and then get high. Well, that makes sense. It's a wake and bake. What the fuck is wrong with me? You guys ever smoke weed in the morning and you get really used to it? You know what I'm saying? You get used to that little one thing in the morning before you go to work, put you in place, make you normal again. You ever wake up a day and not have it? Get ready to kill everybody? You know what I'm talking about? If you wake up every day with a joint and you get used to it, it makes you nice in the morning. You see your guy, hey, what's up, bro? No worries, take your time. The day you don't have your joint, make that fucking coffee, bro. Are you retarded? Is this guy retarded? This guy's retarded, bro. Make the fucking coffee. Next day you get high in the morning, you see him again, you're like, bro, I'm sorry. I get high in the morning. I didn't get high yesterday. You do the same. I'm sorry. I love when you get high and you take the TTC. Isn't that the best? Because how the fuck does everybody know that you're high? And you know that everybody knows that you're high. Because as soon as you pay your fare, you look up and everybody's head just goes, whoa. Look how high this guy is. I can smell him from here. You see old women looking at you like, you're fucking gross. You ever sit down next to a kid because you're like, this kid doesn't know. You look at him, he's looking at you like, what the fuck? Oh, fuck, this kid knows. What about this? Do you ever pay your fare on the bus? And you ever pay your fare, it gives you transfer? You ever put your transfer in your pocket? Doesn't it take like 3 seconds? You're like, hey, where the fuck's my transfer? You ever lose your transfer as soon as you put it in your pocket? You ever put it in your pocket, find it in your jacket? You're like, I don't know how the fuck that got there. What about this? You ever walk into a subway station and you're shoulder to shoulder with someone? You ever start racing them in your mind? Do you know what I'm talking about? You walk into the station, you go down the stairs, you look at the guy, you go, not today, buddy. Bam! They don't even know what's up. You get to the bottom, you look up, you go, fucking losers, man. What about this? You ever walk into a subway station and you hear your subway coming? So you run downstairs and you get down and it's not yours, so you pretend like nothing happened? I didn't just run at full speed. Sometimes you're in the subway and the door is closed and you see the guy run down the stairs and he's like, oh, fuck! And you're inside like, shoulda ran, bro, shoulda ran. But my favorite thing to do on the subway was when I was 15 years old, my friend and I were really high on mushrooms. Has anybody here ever done mushrooms? Who, wait, no. Who here hasn't done mushrooms? This guy? Straight chronic? You're missing out. Straight chronic and a little bit of mushroom never hurt nobody. Especially if you do a little bit of mushroom and then you do some chronic. Mushrooms are fun. Look, I'm going to tell you what it is. You know when you're sober and you're in a park and you look at a squirrel and you're like, man, fuck these squirrels. Fucking stupid squirrel. Get the fuck out of here. When you're high on mushrooms, you'll look at it and you go, hey, squirrels. Come on, bro. He knows that I'm high. Squirrel just looks at you, goes, what the fuck? And you're like, see, look, he knows that I'm talking to him. Mushrooms are funny, man. And when I was high on mushrooms for the first time, a friend of mine looked at me, and he was being so honest. He goes, Mike, you're a pretty weird guy. What the fuck is the weirdest thing you can do? And I went, dude, fuck, I can cry like a baby pretty good. And he went, what? And I went, watch this, man. Oh. And he went, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? Don't do that. Do it again. So what do I do with that? I sit on the subway by myself. And I make sure there's no babies. Lots of people, no babies. And I sit down in the corner. Nobody thinks it's me, trust. Nobody thinks it's the guy with the fade in the Yankees jersey. Okay? Trust. And I just put a newspaper to my face so nobody can see me. It looks like I'm just reading a newspaper, and I just start going off, man. When you first hear a baby, your first reaction is, hey, where's the baby? And when you don't see the baby, you're like, hey, where the fuck's the baby? The best is I always catch women off guard, man. I caught one pregnant lady off guard. She was just standing there, and I went, oh! She went, one old lady I kept going off. Every time the subway would stop is when I would do it. So you know when it stops and the doors are closing and she goes, bing, bing, bing. Oh, oh. And I could see her. She was freaking out. She's going, where the fuck? I hear it, but I don't see the baby. But she caught me, man. She fucking caught me. I didn't even see her. I had my newspaper up and she must have been sitting there going, I'm gonna find this fucking baby. And she got up and she walked towards me and she goes, hey, excuse me, you're the one doing that. What the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't even have anything to say. I looked at her, I'm like, oh. What the fuck was I supposed to say? Look at her and go, oh yeah, it's me. No, I'm crazy. You don't like it? It's funny. Oh, no, I'm sorry, fuck. She just stared at me the whole subway ride going, you fuck you. All right. We got one more comedian before your headliner. Are you guys ready for your next comedian, guys? Vapor, I can't hear you, baby. All right. This next guy was recently nominated for a Canadian Comedy Award. He's fucking awesome, and I'm really happy to have him here tonight, guys. Give it up for Mr. Matt Carter, everybody. Make some noise. Let him hear it. Yes! Give it up for the next comedian. Ooh, the next comedian. He must be good. Guys, I'm here to, I don't know what, I feel like I'm dressed like an asshole for this room. Got a lot of clientele dressed like me. A lot of guys spending the afternoon at the yacht club, then they're like, hey, let's head down to the old Vapor Central. A lot of managers at Best Buy. Is this how they dress at Best Buy? With a Oxford collar? Giving you the 2 buttons. Hey-o. Giddy up. Guys, it's peach season. It's peach season. This is the time of year to eat peaches. Never in the whole other year, the rest of the weeks. Nothing. 2 weeks. Enjoy them. Peaches. You know what else is going on? I got peach fever. It's peach fever. You know what else I got? I got Olympic fever. Ooh, severe case. Also 2 weeks. You know what's fucked up? You know how many countries are competing? This is beautiful. This is the part of my show where it stops being hilarious and starts being like touching, like Rudy, but fucking here. You know how many countries are competing in the Olympics? 205. It's amazing. That's over 200, guys. 5 more than 200. Here's what's fucked up, though. Do you know how many countries are recognized as countries by the United Nations? 193. What the fuck? Think someone's got to talk to old Kevin the intern working the registration desk at the old IOC. Just some poor high school kid trying to get his diploma. Delegation strolling through. Hey, we're from Boo. It's like, hey, is that a country? All right. I'm going to take a guess at that spelling. Dot the old T's, cross the I's. Fuck, is Narnia in the Olympics, huh? Remember Narnia? That's a reference. It's really unfair, though. Who wants to see I would be fun to see Usain Bolt race a centaur, right? Because it's like he races a horse, but he's racing a dude that can still talk shit because he has a mouth. Yeah. Guys, I moved here from Ottawa. Yeah, right? Our nation's capital. Suck it, Kingston. Is anyone taking 5th grade history right now? That's a 200-year-old burn. I had to get out of Ottawa, guys. Ottawa is a tough city. That is a rough town. Don't look it up, but it is way scarier than most places. Number one, there was a huge problem. Identity theft was rampant in Ottawa. I was scared of it. I would go home at night and I would tear up banking statements and correspondences. But I was terrified for the identity theft of my future kids. The kids, I don't have kids yet, so I was scared for their identities. So you know what I would do? I would masturbate into a paper shredder. That way, their identities would be savesies as soundsies. I figured out what's working. Mispronunciation of words. Boom. That was my closer.
thought you had a secret for me. Oh, there's another one. Guys, what's the grocery store scene like here in this neighborhood? I love a grocery store. Love a no frills. I love my groceries with no frills attached, right? Yeah. It's like, hey, we're not gonna fucking wipe the dirt off these vegetables. What are you, the Queen of England? This is no frills. Excuse me, Duke of Cornwall, we shave our own steaks in this neighborhood. Steaks shouldn't have hair on them. If you have a steak with a hair on it, sir, or a head of hair on it, boom, vacate the premises. But here's my problem with grocery stores. There's too many categories of food now, right? It's not just vegetables anymore. You have to get like organic vegetables. I love that. That is the greatest bag sound in the world. There's it's like he's fucking rolling a thermal blanket. Got any campers in the room? Anybody at base camp? Like, you know those thermal blankets? It's like you wrap yourself in tin foil so you don't freeze to death. That's what we're doing. We got a survivalist in the room. Still going. Now he's fucking with me. Good, got it. Grocery stores, so many categories of food. I'm a professional. I remember where I was in the bit. Organic's a thing now, right? You got to buy organic food. You got to buy the same peppers for $4 more. It's very important that we do this. Now it's not enough to eat organic. You have to eat free range. You have to know your food is out getting exercise and shit. It's crazy, guys. It's gone too far. Here's how I know it's gone too far. I was in a grocery store the other day. I saw a banana that was so free range, guys. This banana had been hitting the gym. It was ripped. This banana was cut and chiseled. It was all P90X'd and stuff. It was crazy. It looked like corn. It was nuts. It was a banana with like an 800 pack all around its body. It was like, oh, yeah. It might have been corn. Now that I think about it, I think that was a piece of corn. I'm not a great reader, is what I'm trying to say. And there's 4 people in this room that are loving me right now. That's all I need, right? 4. Boom. I could have a pancake party with my fans. You guys want to have some pancakes then? My sister had a baby. She had 3 babies over several years. So she had 3 individual different sessions where the guy who fucks her, and then she had a baby come out. She had that's the 3rd one. She completed her trilogy. She had her fucking Return of the Jedi. She had the last one in the series. She had Sofia Coppola. It's the 3rd one. She's cocky about her babies now. She's super cocky about it. She's like, I got babies. What do you got? Nothing. I have nothing in my life. I have no kids. But they condescend to you. They don't know what new moms don't think you know what love is because you don't have a kid. She's like, and they get all these gifts and shit. My sister got stuff I didn't know were things. She got a Bjorn. Did you see these ladies walking around with like book bags on their stomachs and then there's like a baby hanging out in it, just like a fucking baby in the front of it, trying to make sure his head doesn't snap off. These babies with their big heads. My sister talks shit to me now though. She's like, you don't know what it's like to have a baby, man. She calls me man. You don't know what it's like to have a baby, to have someone in your life that you love so much you would die for them. I'd fucking die for this baby. Which is crazy, right? Because if you would die for the baby, why the fuck would you wear him as a bulletproof vest? That seems selfish. Super selfish. Not practical either. That baby's not going to stop a bullet, right? It's got the muscle mass of a water balloon. It's crazy. Bring out the baby shit. Any couples in there? I don't know what to do anymore. Guys, we're having a great time. What should I do? Let's do another one. Let's do one more great piece of business. And then I'll see what happens. You guys ever travel by train? Like the Via Rail? Love a Via. Love it. Gives me hope, because I wanted to be a pilot, right, when I was a kid. But I'm scared to fly. That's what I realized. Apparently that's, it's not #1 question on the applying to be a pilot application, but it's probably in the top 10. But here's the only reason I want to be a pilot is because I like talking into microphones, right? And pilots get to do that. That's how they start every fucking day. They're like, hey, it's Captain Blake here. How y'all doing? We're gonna take this motherfucker up to. They're very unprofessional with the airlines I fly. Fast and loose with the potty mouth, Captain Blake. Take her up to 45,000 feet, do a couple laps at Pittsburgh, tuck you in nice and tight in Milwaukee in 4.5 hours. Love a pilot. They're so cocky. They sound so sure of themselves. But conductors, here's what I realized when I started traveling by train, they get to do that too. They talk into the mic system. They're not as impressive though. They're just like, hey, I'm Bill. I'm going to push the button that says go. If I remember later, I'll push the button that says stop. I dropped my peanuts. Who's got a bag for old Billy boy? Billy! Guys, that's it. We nailed it. I think we all did super well. Night of our lives! Thank you.
Whoa, give it up for Matt Carter, everybody, one more time, man. All three comedians that have come up tonight don't smoke weed. Could you guys notice what happened to them there? Every single one of them came up and they were like, oh, hey, whoa. And then by the end, they're like, oh, what am I gonna do? Maybe some comedy, joke. You guys know Peanuts? They're salty and crunchy. All high and she's like, It's funny, man. If you've never been here on the Wednesdays too, after I'm done this right here, before we bring up your headliner, we're gonna have a bong competition where 2 people from the audience can come up, so think about it now, and you win a bong. You win a free bong, a free Vapor Lounge THC bong, okay? Have you ever been next door? They're like $7,000, man, and you get one for free. All you gotta do is come up here, take a couple tokes, do a little dance to a little fucking James Brown or some shit. Wow, you know, and that's it, and you win a bong. Yo, you guys start talking about it, pick somebody to come up. First 2 people do it, okay? But before I do, I was thinking about it, and my mom heard me smoking a bong one time. Has anybody here ever got caught by their parents smoking weed in their house? One guy in the back still living it down. Life's never been the same for DMX. It's funny, when you smoke weed at home, it's fucked. I started smoking weed at home when I was 15 years old. And when you smoke weed at home, there's a feeling that you go through, because you get really high, because you're really nervous and full of adrenaline, you know? So when you're getting high, you're like, oh man, I'm so fucking high and nervous. Every little noise scares you. You fart, you're like, what the fuck? And it's funny when you smoke weed at home, because you take every precaution, you know what I'm saying? You close your door, put towels in the door that are wet. You get 2 fans, one in the back, one pointing outside of a window. And you smoke in the middle somewhere, you know? And the funniest thing was, it wasn't the smoke that my mom caught. It was the sound of the bong. It was a quiet house and I didn't hear her coming. The bubbles. The motherfucking bubbles got me caught. So imagine you're in your room, you're like, oh bro, I'm smoking weed in my room, I'm so fucking high. And you know you haven't made any noise, and you don't make any noise, and you know it can't smell outside, so you go, and all you hear is, you do what every stoner does when you get in trouble. You pretend like you're not there. You hear knocking, you're like, fuck that. I'll let you knock all day, bitch. I'm sleeping or some shit. And my mom, Mikey, I know you in there. I smell the skunk. You know when you get in trouble like that, your face just gets all hot. You're like, oh, fuck. No, Ma, I pretended like I was waking up. I was like, no, Mom, huh? I don't know, I'm sleeping, leave me alone. You ever do that shit? You get in trouble, you're like, no, I'm sleeping. Like anybody gives a fuck. Oh, you're sleeping? Wake the fuck up! You know? And I remember my mom, she caught me a bunch of times when I first started, and she used to get really mad and say she was gonna tell my dad. But she would never, because she knows my dad would slit my throat. You know, he's not my mom. If my dad caught me smoking weed, he'd give me one knock. Mikey! Oh, fuck. I know you there, fucking idiot. I can see the towel in the door. Oh. You know, on the outside, there's a little, you're like, oh, fuck. But when my mom caught me, as I got older, when I was like 19, 20, and she would catch me smoking weed in my house, she'd be funny, because she'd knock on the door and she knew I was getting high, so she'd be like, Mikey, you smoking weed, huh? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm smoking weed. You want mommy to make you some food? All right. You wanted the juice? Fuck, I needed the juice, Mom. Yeah. It's funny when your parents know that you smoke dope because they fuck with you. I used to get angry at my mom and I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. She'd be like, you don't give a fuck. Go smoke some weed, relax. Then we're gonna see. My mom rather talk to me high, you know? Because at least I'm nice. Mikey, you gotta pay more rent. That's okay. You okay? Your eyes red. Yeah. You're gonna pay more rent. The more red your eyes, the more money you're gonna pay. Fuck. You're all high, you're just listening, you're like, I don't even give a fuck. It's funny when you talk to authority figures like that, you know what I'm talking about? You ever remember getting high in high school and you got it? Yeah, I got in trouble lots of times in high school for smoking weed. And my principal used to come to me and I got suspended 2 or 3 times, but I was a really good art student, so she wouldn't get rid of me. And she'd always come, she'd go, Mike, Rita, aren't you embarrassed? This is the 3rd time this year you've been caught smoking dope in the back. And she would be talking and I'd be all high, not giving off. Fuck, man. And on my head, I'd just be like, and she'd be talking and then you know when you just tune in for a second, you're like, so embarrassed. And now give a fuck. I love it all, man. Do you remember in high school I was talking about a principal, but do you remember coming to class high? You ever thought you had a teacher that smoked weed? You know what I'm talking about? Because sometimes you get to class and you'd be like, yo, sir, and he'd be like, do you guys finish your homework? No, get the fuck out, man. And you'd be like, oh, fuck, relax. And then some days you'd get to class and you'd be like, hey, sir, and he'd look at you and he'd be like, you guys want to watch a movie? Me too. How the fuck does he know? You'd hear him in the hallway carrying that thing. Remember the tray with the TV on it? It was all old and rusty. It had 2 straps on it. Do you know why it had 2 straps? Because somebody tried to rob the fucking TV, man. Somebody was in class like, yo, after class, I'm gonna snip that up. Snip that. Somebody just say something in the back? What'd she say? It sounded like somebody was fucking dying. Sorry, I can't understand you, young lady. What did you say? Is it there to hold on? I don't even care, really. She's still going on. Smoke better weed. You wouldn't say a word. You ever meet people, someone who's about to clap like, fucking right. This is the best. This is best place in Europe, bro. Vapor Lounge. It is the best. And it's only in Toronto that we have this. You know, like, I mean, in Canada and especially in Toronto, we're the best. Other places in the world think they're great, but they're fucking shit. They don't got vapor lounges in fucking the States. There aren't 2 guys looking at each other going, hey, bud, pass that doobie. You know, there aren't 2 people in Japan right now looking at each other going, oh, so high. You know, only in Canada can we look at each other and go, bro, we're fine, yeah, all right. You know, in Japan, they're not looking at each other going, oh, so high, what the kind of a weed is it that? It's a Canadian Kush. Oh, that is a chronic. All right, we're gonna do a bong giveaway, man. You guys have been great, by the way. Give yourselves a round of applause, man. You guys have been an awesome crowd. You guys, you know, we should always be happy that we get to do this, man. You know, we're the only people in the world. Okay, are there 2 people who want to do the bong giveaway right now? Yeah. This guy and one of you guys. Wait, is there a girl that wants to do it? One girl in the back? Yo, you, come here. You lost out. This guy went have first. No, I'm sorry. But there's a chick who wanted to do it. I can't. I'm not going to have 2 dudes. None of the guys are going to vote. Who wins? Nobody. All right. What's your name, sir?
Austin.
Austin. Give it up for Austin, everybody. And your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Austin and Sarah, everybody. And give it up for who?
Erin.
Erin. Give it up for Erin. She works here and she's fantastic. Oh, and this is the bong that we're giving away. Watch out, sir. Oh, it's like a pirate cat bong. Yo, you better dance your ass off to win that shit. It's just an easy dance, though. It's like you don't have to dance hard. Nobody can dance. You're high. You don't have to, I'm not asking you to like just, you know, come up here and be like. No, okay, we'll let him go first then. And you can see what he does. No worries, Austin, bro, you got tattoos and shit. Boy. So on the count of 3, what you do is you toke that, you clear it as much as you can, and then he's gonna hit some music, you dance. All of it. You gotta just hit some bong. Don't worry, if you can't hit all of it, you probably might not win. No, I won't. Well, now I do. I don't care. Fuck, I'm just trying to do my job, lady. Fuck. What a bitch. No. I had to. You fuckers were waiting for it. I see one guy like, come on, bro, do it. Okay. So count of 3, you're gonna go first, Austin. Hit the bong. He's gonna play some music, do a quick little dance. When he cuts off the music, you're good, and you might win a fucking bong. You ready to go? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna count them down, and then we're gonna chant toke. 1, 2, 3. Toke, 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 toke. Come on. Toke, toke. Oh, he cleared it. There it is, Austin. Oh, yeah, my music. Whoa! My Lord. Fuck less than me. What am I doing? Rhyme and do like it feels good. When you know you're down. So you don't hold it from the whole down. And I'm known as such. And this is beat up. You can't touch it. I told you, homeboy. You can't touch this. Ladies, control yourselves, man. This guy is like those hips, bro. They don't lie. Shakira, bro. Woo! All right. Yeah, you can put it down here after, and then do a little dance. You seen how he did it? He didn't do very much. He just fucking humped the first row. It's all good. Hump the first row. Seriously, hump the first row. 1, 2, 3, toke. Oh, she's taking a nicer toke than he is, though. Oh, she cleared it hard! My music hit me so hard. Makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you. Fuck less than me. What am I doing? Rhyme and do like it feels good. When you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known as such. And this is beat up. You can't touch it. I told you. All right, hey. You can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you know. No, you might win. Look at that. She wants some of those. She wants those hips, bro. All right, we're gonna put this motherfucker to a vote. Whoever wants her to win, make some noise. DMX wants you to win. Do it, do it. And Senor Austin. It's okay, you get to keep the lighter. Alright. Not that bad, love. Give it up for everybody involved. You can take the bong with you and the lighter, my man. Hey, give it up for Austin for taking the cat pirate. Whoa! You would have won if you didn't say that I thought you were a bitch. Because even everybody in the audience was like, what the fuck the bitch talking about? What bitch talking about? Yeah, okay. I didn't want to tell any more jokes, and I'm not. But you guys get me going, because I just make some noises, and you guys start laughing. I'm like, y'all laughing already? All right, let me do this shit. And I can't help it. Okay. This is your headlining act. You guys had a good show so far? Did you guys enjoy it? We had a great time. We all laughed hard at Pingu. Oh, you did? Pingu, Pingu. That was good. I like that. I'm going to give you a lighter. This guy's getting lighters for making me laugh. Okay, your headlining comic. If you've ever come to my Sunday shows, you've seen this guy. I put him on all the time. He's one of the best young comics coming out of Toronto, and I'm sorry to say, but he's leaving to LA soon to go fucking blow up there, man. So I'm happy to have him here before he leaves. Give it up for Mr. Jonathan Shovel, everybody. Give it up for your headliner. Go ahead and ask them bitches about how I be smoking out. Party all night, get this going down. Quarter rounds, we smoking quarter pound of that good stuff. Oh yeah, we smoking all night.
Give it up for Mike Rita, guys. Come on, that guy's the best. Fuck, I can't wait to go to LA and they're gonna be like, what rooms did you do? I'm gonna be like, oh, you ever heard of fucking Vapor Central? Oh, you haven't? Oh, your rooms are shit then. Your rooms are stupid and nobody's fun and I hate you. I'm not gonna make a lot of friends when I get to LA, apparently. Oh yeah? You guys don't have Harveys here? Fuck this town. Yeah, man, I fucking gotta leave. I live in Toronto community housing. Anybody else? Just the ladies now? Okay, cool. They're shit. You can like see the building if you stand outside here. It's man, they just put up 2 new signs in my building. One they put in the lobby and it says "No room for racism." You know when you fucking go to a nice building and you don't have to tell people to stop being racist out loud? You just get into my building and then it's just like, their food's weird and they stink and they drive stupid, and then you just leave, because that could be about anybody. You can't even pick who you're racist against. Would they also put up a sign in my parking garage that says, check your back seat before you leave? The fuck is happening in my parking garage, man? A bunch of urban legends? That has never been recorded once. I want to get a bunch of other signs, like I want to get one that says, before you buckle up, make sure your passenger hasn't been dead for 30 years. Or make sure the call is not coming from inside the vehicle. I also want to get a sign made up that says, plenty of room for racism here in the garage. Just keep all of our races below ground. Oh, man. Have you guys all been watching the huge national televised event? Nope, Canadian Spelling Bee! Nobody? You guys aren't watching the Spelling Bee? You guys look like good spellers. Go, chrysanthemum. Oh, time's up. Man, I was watching it and the Olympics really stole a lot of its thunder. But man, they gotta update that shit because, like, put some trap doors or something in there. These kids are just spelling the word wrong and they're like, no, and then they're like, oh, okay, cool, I don't get hurt or anything. Fucking yo, if they dumped like uh-oh goo on top of them when they didn't spell it, I watch that all the time. I want them to start using, you guys know Urban Dictionary? I want them to start defining all the words using Urban Dictionary definitions. It'd be so fucking awesome. Your word is boss. Can I have a definition, please? Boss, a hog-ass playa, all about his scratch and quick to check a batch. These kids would like know how to spell really well, but they'd be so fucked up for the meanings of words. They wouldn't know anything. Oh man. I'm fucking so high. I was smoking with my friend the other day, and I wasn't paying attention, and the ash fell on my pants and burned through to my skin. And my buddy's like, man, I watched that thing happen the whole way through. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously? You just watch that happen. He's like, this is kind of funny. But like, I was like, why didn't you fucking do anything? He's like, what am I gonna fucking touch your dick? Man, if my dick is on fire, that is the best time to touch my dick. You touch it with your mouth if you have to, if my dick is on fire. You put the fire out any way you need to. Yeah, we're getting ripped and like, oh man, we were smoking and he started talking and I just completely fucking blanked out. And all I heard was pieces of what he was talking about, and he was like, yo man, we should become pirates. But what I heard was, we should become pirates? I was like, man, I don't want to be a cum pirate. They're the grossest. He's like, come on, man. I was like, no, but pirates. I don't want to be a butt pirate either, to be honest with you. I don't want to be any sort of sexy pirate. Well, I burned through the material that's in my head. I can't remember anymore. You in again, marijuana. You took my first 2 driving tests and a lot of high school stuff with you. A lot of them. Oh yeah, I was in Ottawa this weekend, and I was splitting like a hotel with another one of the comedians that was there. Oh, can you even imagine a male and a female in one hotel room? God, the sex that must have been happening in there. So I was sleeping on an air mattress on the floor. And I woke up next to her empty birth control packet. And I had to wake her up to be like, did I eat these in my sleep? Tell me, was this full when I went to bed? Do these breasts look fuller to you? I'm hot, I'm sweating. Oh my God, I think, am I on my period right now? Is this what it does? Is that what happens? I don't really know how birth control works. But I made sure, they made us fucking pay for internet. Do you guys ever go to a hotel and you have to pay for internet? Just gimme it, man. It's fucking, it's like, you're making $19. I just want to fucking stream Breaking Bad. Can I not just do that? Relax. Watch a man get shot in the face over some hard drugs. But so to fuck with them, I made sure that I made the last 3 things I looked at on the internet like the weirdest shit ever. So I looked up a bunch of serial killers. And then I looked up how to tie a pork roast. I was just interested in it. And then on the last one, I looked up the gout on Wikipedia. So anyone who looks at my like history of what I've searched, like, oh, we gotta call this into the fucking police for sure. This is the clubfoot killer. The problem is that if anyone gets kicked to death and then tied into a pork roast in Ottawa, I'm gonna get blamed for that somehow. I'm gonna get blamed for it. But they'd never be able to catch me because fucking... Have you ever seen a police sketch of somebody? That is never what anyone looks like ever. They just fucking put a big Muppet nose on this guy. Like, oh, did he have a squiggle for a mouth? Yeah, he had a squiggle for a mouth. Why not? I'm gonna put a hood and sunglasses on him too. Cool. He wasn't wearing that, but go ahead. Shitty caricature artist. Oh, man. But then if you photocopy it, I look Hispanic. Come on, guys, photocopy your jokes? Are we? I had a whole chunk on fax machines. Is no one using fax machines anymore? Shit, you guys are so cool with your technology. You know what's gonna be fucked up? At some point in time, when someone says Holocaust, it's gonna be how much a hologram costs. Chew on that one. Oh, what was my other one I wanted? Oh, yeah. I was riding around with my friends in the car the other day, and I was sitting in the back, and my 2 friends were chatting in the front. I wasn't really listening to what they were saying, but what happened was it turned out that my friend in the passenger seat was talking about how he's not getting blown enough. It's a conversation you have with your friends. And, but he's... Apparently what happened was he said, man, I have to get blown more, and then I had a throat tickle, not paying attention in the back, so I was like... So what they heard was I gotta get blown more, and I'm like, I am coughing. So he thinks I want to blow him now. Yep. It's kind of a friendship hurdle to get over. He's just a perverted person in general. He's always fucking he was the guy who, I was talking to him about being in the hotel, and he's like, nice, man. What's your jack-off schedule like? I don't really set a schedule. I just fly by the seat of my pants, bro. And he was talking about, like, how much he masturbates in hotels for some reason. I was like, why do you do that so much? He's like, oh, they give you free towels. Yeah, old crunchy towel Kevin telling me how it is. Disgusting. I'm never drying my hands at that guy's house ever again. Ever. He's a guy that fucking, he always tells me, do you guys know what The Stranger is? Nobody? You guys are in for a treat. Let me warm up here. What it is a move where you sit on your hand for a while. See where I'm going with this? Right. You sit on your hand until you can't feel it at all, and then you use it to touch your private areas. So it seems like someone else is doing it, although you can visibly see your arm moving. No one ever has done that move, and they're like, who the fuck's hand is that? It's a terrible move, though, because, like, have you ever slept on your arm before? You fall asleep on your arm and it completely loses feeling? My first thought when I wake up is not like, Woo! Here we go. A little gift from Mr. Sandman. Am I right, guys? Bit of surprise morning sex. That never happens. I'd like, you hit it against a wall because you're like, I fucking hope this is not permanent. I swear to God. If I gotta switch it up, go lefty, go southpaw now, I can't be doing that. I got no grip. The thing is that like, you can't form it into the proper cylinder that you need to do the things that you gotta do. So now what, I gotta put a chip clip on it? That's horrible, like wrap it in packing tape so it stays. The only other option is if you hold it with your other hand. And then now it's like you're forcing a stranger to do it. You have to change the move to the reluctant stranger. The whole time you're like, oh my God, I never do this. I never get with strangers. That move is not just for sex, by the way. If you want to do that while you're eating nachos, it's like a stranger's feeding you nachos. Take that home with you guys. It's a little tidbit. I ran out of jokes on this page. This is new and this is gonna be hurting. Okay, I figured out, this is the stupidest, but I swear to God, 18 people in here are gonna try it. I figured out that the distance between my like pinky and my finger here, like the middle knuckle here, fits perfectly on my lip and nose. Perfectly. I am convinced that this means something. Does anybody know what it means? Am I gonna have a superpower of some sort? No, you guys are missing the finger bit. You're missing the best stuff. No, it's okay. You just allowed me to bail on that thing that I was doing, so. Also, you looked both pretty good, so. Call me. Or page me, whatever. I still got a pager, so I'll give you the number. It's cool. If I can get to a payphone, I'll give you a call after that. See, guys? And then that's how I blast into my fax machine stuff. It's all coming full circle. Why are you guys so anti-fax machines? What about CD Discmans? What if I talk about that? I don't have enough time to get into it. The battery thief that was a Discman. I get half a block before the batteries were just completely out. Did you like? I used to put like dollar store batteries in it, and it would just not work. It was like, oh fuck that, yeah right. You don't even have enough power to get this thing a couple of rotations. You gotta crank this thing by hand if you want this Discman going. Do I have enough time for Ninja Turtles? Yeah. Okay. You guys like Ninja Turtles? Who fucking doesn't? Who have you ever talked to that you're just like, yo, man, you like Ninja Turtles? And they're like, fuck no. Never. That's preposterous. That could never be. They're probably like a chemist or something. They're like, it's not physically possible. I've never, like, even the guy who invented the Ninja Turtles just went in, you know, he went into that meeting cold. Like, he's like, I have no idea what I'm pitching right now. And he got in there, the guy's like, what do you got? Let's start with teenagers. And they're also mutants. You buying this? You digging this? Oh, you like it? Okay. They're also... Shit, I ran out. They're also ninjas, I guess. They're training to be ninjas. It's a path that some would choose. And they're turtles. Let's spice it up. I like turtles. And the guy at the meeting was like, you fucking kidding me right now? Do you have the script ready? And the guy's like, yeah, man, I'll just go to my car and grab it. And he writes it on napkins in his fucking truck. And he got back upstairs, and the guy's like, you have anything else? He's like, I got biker mice from Mars. You interested? I also have this little thing I'm working on called Samurai Pizza Cats. If you want to buy that too. You can really fill up your whole Saturday morning with what I'm talking shit about. But like, I've never been in so many arguments about Ninja Turtles, about who's the best one. Like my friend and I get in them all the time. Any Donatello fans in the room? The door is over there. He's the worst one. Wrong. You failed this test. This exam, you're out. It's over. That guy's the worst. That guy is a dork and I hate him. No, he's the smartest one. When's the last time you invited your smart friend to a fight? Too busy talking about the fucking Higgs boson shit. Hit somebody with a chair. If he was so smart, why is his weapon made out of wood? Cut that thing in half with a sword, and then you sit over here, Donatello. You're done. Dodgeball rules. It's over for you. See ya. I'm a big advocate for Leonardo. Any Leonardo fans? Okay, here's why. I used to love Raphael, but I watched the original cartoon of the Ninja Turtles. What a bad motherfucker he is. Okay, they get in there. They just start fighting the Foot Clan. First time they ever fought him, ever. Never seen these guys before. This guy comes running at Leonardo. He fucking takes his sword out and cuts this guy in half like a pineapple. Like nothing. And he just looks at him on the ground and he's just like, oh, they're robots, guys. It's the most ruthless shit I've ever heard in my life. This guy didn't even check to see if it was a human being. This guy cuts first and asks questions later. Fuck. What a bad motherfucker. Michelangelo, I like to party. Fucking try to cut someone in half with your nunchucks, you shithead. Maybe it's time to take life a little more seriously. The guy just shows up, he's just like, oh, I had 4 meat lovers on the way here. Oh boy, I'm gonna sit with Donatello on the side. All right, I think I'm gonna end there, guys. I've been John Chauvel. You guys have been amazing. Thank you very much. I'm gonna miss Vapor so much when I'm gone, guys. You guys have been amazing. I love you.
Jonathan Shovel, everybody. Let him hear it as he walks off.
When the evil shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut them no slack.
Whoever wrote this song, they probably didn't do very much else in their life. And every time like they meet somebody for the first time, their friends are like, you know who this guy is? He wrote the Ninja Turtle song. And they're green too. That part. This guy. Nobody gives a fuck. You think that guy gets laid once in a while? By some girls like, you mean the song? All right. That was your show, guys. You guys are an awesome audience. Did you guys have a good time tonight? Yeah. All right, man. Let you guys know a couple things. We do this every week. Vapor Lounge has comedy shows every week, and every week they feature great acts like we did tonight. Tomorrow night we have a sketch comedy show as well. I'm going to be the host of that one too. We're going to have a great time. I have a bunch of great comedians coming in. I have Keith Pedro from Video on Trial coming in. I have Gilson Lubin, who's been on Def Jam Comedy on HBO and Just for Laughs. I have Mark the Bonus, who was the winner of the Yuk Yuk's 25,000 funniest thing. You know, you ever seen that? I can't remember what the fuck it's called anymore. What is it, boys, in the back? Yuk Yuk's the Laugh Off. He won that. He won all of that. He was the funniest dude. And he won 25 G's. That's fucking insane. And yeah, that's just some of the guys we have in coming tomorrow. So if you're not doing anything, get your friends together, come down tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. Thanks, guys. You guys have been awesome tonight. I've been Mike Rita. Thank you.
Got a
was on my show. She came on to me. I was tempted to go. Hello, Andrea. She thinks I'm great. I would bet my life I could get her on the first date. Courtney Love, Madonna, and Sharon Stone. I could get them all together and make each one his own. Tammy, Raquel, Carmen, Patty, Demi, Debbie.
This is not TV, it's pot TV. As high as you can get on the net.